Hello, all, and welcome back to the Women's Changing Rooms. I'm Ginette.
And I am Donessa. Welcome back to the Women's Changing Room, where all is stripped bare. We transverse the globe to uplift and empower all our women.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yep.
And today we have dilemmas. Yes, it is
Woo-hoo.
that time where we come with the dilemmas.
Mhm. Yes, so if without further ado, let's dive straight into it, Jeanette. Uh,
Yes.
I would start today.
Okay.
Okay, this one is uh, good day. How are you girls doing? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
I'm good, thank you.
All right. I am a regular listener and enjoy all the episodes. Why, thank you. I
Thanks.
am getting married, but I don't think he is the one. I have been with him for 7 years and we have been engaged for 2. I have been finding excuses after excuses to push back our set date, but he is not having any of it. Last month, I came to the realization that he is not the one for me, but I am afraid to tell him. What is the best way to tell someone they are not the one for you? P.S. He have always been faithful and good to me. I am the problem and don't want to string him along anymore. Help, girls.
Okay. All right. There is no best way of telling someone you don't want to marry them. Okay. But you just got to go straight out and tell him, just as you've just messaged us, well, written to us and said to us, um, you don't want to get married, he's not the one, it's you. Just tell him that he would obviously be heartbroken. Any circumstances, telling someone that, you don't want to marry them, it's going to be heartbreaking. And you strung him along. Why don't you just, instead of accepting the marriage, I mean, not marriage, sorry, the engagement, did you think like you would then fall like more in love with him, or things would work out, or what? I don't know, but I just think it's better sooner rather than later, just to let him know how you feel, because you're just hurting him and hurting yourself at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah. I would say so to just tell him because you've strung him along for however long, it seemed like a long time. You said he's not the problem. He has been faithful. You didn't say if you were unfaithful or not, but it seems as if he is doing everything that he can to keep the relationship. And he is oblivious of what is going on in your head and what is going on, like how you feel and everything. So the
Mm,
best thing is to just tell him how you felt, how long this has been going on, and let him know because you're keeping him. Well, he's there because he probably loves you, and
yeah.
you're there maybe because in the beginning you loved him, but because of certain things that okay, he's not the one for you. So if you realize he is not the one for you, then let him know so he can go ahead and find peace and everything else. Don't just string them along. And as Jeanette said, there's no gentle or easy way in doing it.
Mm,
Telling the person you know you're gonna hurt them, you're even hurting yourself and hurting them while you're stringing him along. So just get to it. Tell him. It's a sad thing, but just tell him.
it is sad. Yeah, but I wish you and him all the best with that one.
Yes.
So, next dilemma. Hello, the Women's Changing Rooms. Hello. I have 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. I have been raising them up by myself as their father's in prison. I'm at the stage in my life where I just can't cope anymore. I'm depressed and I get severe anxiety. I have been thinking about putting them in care so I can heal and become better for them and myself. Can I have can I have your advice, please? Am I a bad mum for opting to put my children in care?
Oh, that's That I'm sorry to hear that you're going through this, and depression and mental health and everything is very serious. And uh, these are children that you're talking about, and I'm happy that you're sitting down and thinking about ways to help your family. And it is very hard for single moms. Sometimes you see them and you think that they're strong and they're doing it, and because society have it where it's a norm, but it's
Yeah.
very hard, and you have three children and you have to do it all on your own. I would just say that take care of yourself. So whether it is that I would say try to see if you find a family member who is willing to look over them while you go and seek help,
Mm.
rather than sending them in the system or sending them somewhere where they might be separated and all of that. I just feel like, okay, yes, you need help for yourself, but find that family member or find that trusted friend that can look after them. Is there
Yeah.
somebody on his side, the dad side? Is there somebody on your side? And
Mm.
then do it, because while you want to take care of yourself, you still want to make sure that they're together and they're well taken care of.
Mm.
So kudos to you for trying to or thinking about getting the help that you need and thinking about them in the process. But it's very hard, people. It's very
It
hard for
is,
single
yeah.
moms.
Yeah. I mean, you said it all, really. It's true. It is always good to try and see if there's someone in the family that could have them. I'm assuming maybe there isn't, because the fact that uh, that's obviously last resort, putting your children in care. Um, I mean, it's good that you've recognized that you've got a problem and you want to deal and heal for yourself and for your children as well. That's really good. Try and go to the doctors as well. If you don't have close family that you could speak to, go to the doctors, they can advise you. And there's always maybe not always opting for care. There's always intervention that could be put in place so you can have time for yourself, um, to heal and stuff. Maybe you get like a family support worker that would be able to come in and give you a few time for yourself, and where you could just do what you need to do and take the kids, wherever, help them with the homework, or different little hobbies with the children. um the last thing, care is like the last resort. So even if you do contact um child protection, social services, whatever you call it in your area, and explain to them, they will try and do things um, to help you cope, prior to putting the children in care, because that's always the last, like I said, the last resort. The main thing is to have kids together with their family. But then, saying that, if you're at wit's end and whatever, and you
Mhm.
explain to them, maybe they will put them in care. But you need to also remember as well, it's hard for them to, if you're putting them in care, they won't be, like you said, they won't be together. It's very unlikely that they'll be put into foster carers together. It's always maybe two or one, or even separate homes,
Mm.
like three of them will go in separate places. So just have that in mind as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you do, go and seek help. Go and seek help, whether it's the doctors, and social services as well. Go and
Mm.
seek the help that you need.
Yeah, secret, because we did a whole episode on mental health, and it's something that we don't take seriously, but it is very serious. So yeah.
Especially now, with all what's going on across the world,
Mhm.
with the cost of living going up, everything is so expensive now, and the stress, and it is a lot. It's a lot. And having three children,
Mm.
especially with school, there's always a demand in school. They need this days going on. They need to have this for this day and that day, and
Mhm.
and then you've got problems at home with, like, cost of living's going up. It's stressful. It
Yeah.
is stressful. So you're not alone on this. You're not alone at all. So just go and seek help, and you'll find as well, there's so many people going through what you're going through.
Yeah. And start with speaking to a family member. I don't know how your relationship is with them, but sometimes they're looking at you and looking and say, oh, you're so strong, you're brave, you're doing this by yourself, you're doing this for your children, and they don't know how you're suffering inside. So maybe speaking to somebody, a trusted family member, and letting them know how you feel and what you've been going through, then that would show them that, okay, we need to intervene, or we need to help more, or do something that can help you. So I hope it all works out well.
Yeah.
Right. Our next one is, I have a stalker. Ay, ay, ay. Dun,
Oh
dun,
gosh.
dun. All right. Let's see it. Hi, girls. My name is, we really need to get a name. Ginette, we said we would think about a name.
Yeah, we do.
And I forgot.
We always use Sarah.
Yeah, and I don't like Sarah, because I say Sarah sometimes and I say Sarah, and I was like, it's like, I don't know. But let's say Sarah for now. But we need to get a name, a girl and a boy name. Let's remember. Hi, girls. My name is Sarah, and I am 24. I love listening to your podcast. Thank you, girl. It is one of the few things that gets me distracted from what I am currently going through. We are happy to help. I have been seeing what's the guy name we've been using? Because she put a guy name here.
What? Brian?
I
don't know, that just literally came to my head.
Alejandro.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. What the name is, but she's been seeing this guy for the past 4 months. Getting to know him was great at first. He was kind, soft-spoken, handsome, and shy. He moved into my apartment 1 month ago, and 1 week in, I noticed how possessive he was. I had a talk with him and brushed things off. However, things did not change. He did not want me to go anywhere unless he was present. I called things off and moved out of my apartment. He did not take this lightly. I proceeded to get texts and calls from him all the time. I begged him to leave me alone, but he won't. I got a restraining order on him, but it is just paper at this point. I am afraid he will do something to me and the people I love. I'm sending in this dilemma to educate people on taking your time when dating. Don't rush anything, because some people are not who they seem. I will send an update with things, but all for now, I am scared.
Yeah. Wow,
that was you see a smile here, but I'm not smiling. I'm in awe. That's what it is.
First of all, why did you move out of your apartment? This is what I don't understand. Like, he moved in a month and you had to move out of your apartment. He should be gone. Like, okay, I get that you're scared. You're scared and stuff. And you're right. And I'm glad you brought that dilemma to us, because women, not just women, men as well, need to know. Like, you need to fully understand when dating someone who you're dating with, because it's very often we do get all like, oh, giggly and giddy and excited, and we're not seeing the person for the actual true self. And it's almost like what can I say? They're putting on a show, isn't it? Like, you don't get to know a person's true self until like you really, really like move in with them or whatever, because everyone's still trying to show their best side, their good side, and put on like it's an act, really. So it's it's always good to just try and take things slow. Do not rush into things, no matter, even if the other person is trying to push. Like, what's the pressure? What's the rush? Don't rush into anything, because oftentimes people end up in situations like that, maybe not as extreme as yours, but yeah, and it's not good. And once you're in that situation, it's hard to come out. And it's so sad for you. I'm so, so sad that you're scared, and it must be such a terrible, terrible thing. Because like you've reported it to the police, the straining, they just put a straining order and that's it. That don't mean anything. That doesn't stop the perpetrator from coming up. Like, all right, I don't want to scare you or whatever, by saying coming after you, but they will still try and get their way to you. I'll just say, just try and stay safe. Keep a log if he keeps doing things or trying to come next to you. Keep a log of all the times that he's tried to contact you. Film. We've got record videos. Try and keep a record by picture, video if he comes physically like closer to you and stuff like that, or do things to try and scare you. Just try and keep a log of it. That's all I've got to say. And so you've got your evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. That one is tough. It's very, very tough.
Yeah, because you're going to get it to know people, and you're in this infatuation stage, and then you feel like you're in love, so you do dumb things like moving in together or getting intimate and all of that. And then when you finally they start to show like, okay, who they are, because the dating phase has worn off. They start to feel comfortable, they feel like they're in, and then some people just have these tendencies. So you just really, sometimes you can't even blame yourself sometimes, but then it's hard not to blame yourself, because you're trusting and all of that, and you don't know what other people they're bringing to the table. You know what you want, and you're trying to get to know people, and then all of a sudden it's like, they bring their whole baggage.
Exactly.
So I don't know. It's just like, I would say, as Ginette mentioned, get all the proof. And it seems as if, yes, you're scared, but you're smart in the things that you do, because you're out here giving advice, letting people know, and it's just applauding to be so strong even while you're going through this terrible, terrible thing. So I mean, for me, 4 months getting to know somebody and having them move in, I don't know what the circumstances was, but that was the first, well, maybe the first red flag. And then that person is, why do you feel so compelled to feel like you want to have authority over someone? Like, why can't she do her normal things that you met her doing?
Exactly.
She was going out before you were there, and you don't want her to go unless you're present. Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, give her
When
a chance.
ladies, whenever you see that is a big red flag, cut it off there.
Yeah.
Because that's dangerous.
Exactly. She had a talk with you, you still didn't listen. You had the audacity to have her move out of her apartment.
Yeah.
Imagine how scared somebody have to be of you, that they have to leave where they were first, just so that peace of mind. And still in your head, you're not getting it, and you're still not giving them that peace of mind, because you want to have control of that person. Let the girl be, leave her alone. If you're listening, leave her alone. And if you guys do that to your significant other, just leave them, let them be. It's, I know she's scared. She always have to be looking over her shoulders, looking out for you, because you don't know what you're gonna do. She introduced you to her family, so you know her family. She's scared that you're gonna do something to her family. Just leave her, let her be. And I would say, keep doing what you're doing, get the records. So just in case if he breached this the paperwork, as you mentioned, if he breach it, you have the evidence, because it's very hard to go into the court system and have this how do they call it, this case
Yeah.
for stalking, because
Hmm.
it's very hard. You have to have that
Yeah,
thing.
evidence. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on where you are. Probably it's not even something that you can do much on
Yeah.
it. So it's a pickle to be in, girl, but you're brave, you're strong, keep doing what you're doing and try your best to get this person out
Out.
out of your
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God, all the best. All the best.
Yes.
My thoughts are with you.
Mm.
Totally.
Yeah.
God. Okay, so next dilemma. I'm a young girl, just left university. Congratulations. I am career driven and I have high expectations for myself and really want to reach my goals in life. Very good. However, I have friends that don't share the same vision as me, and I have slowly distanced myself from them. I often ignore their calls and avoid going places with them. What I'm saying is, I want to cut them off completely and just disconnect myself from that circle. But how shall I go about doing that?
Mm. You started already, to be
Mm,
honest. You started. You're
yeah.
distancing yourself. You're not taking your calls. You're not
Mm,
trying to be mean, because everybody's different. But you have to surround yourself with people who are like-minded as you are. Because in the Caribbean and in Grenada, they would always say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. So who you
yeah.
associate yourself with, you
Mm,
know, then people would look at your character also. So if you're career driven and that's the path that you want to go down, and then they're not in line with what you have, people may say it's mean, but it's what's best for you. So
mm,
let them be. If they're always on you and stuff like that, just maybe you would have to reach that point where you have to tell them, you know what, this is not where I am right now. I'm trying to get to this point. I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys support me in this
mm,
decision. And then try to. But all for now, if all they want to do is hang out, just continue doing what you're doing.
yeah.
Catch up with them, say hi, say hello, how you doing? But then don't focus too much on them, because that's not the path where you are at right now.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to find like you haven't said what kind of friends that you have. All you said is that you've gone to university and now you just want to cut off your friends. And I hope it's not a case where because you've gone to university and you've finished that you think, oh, you're better than your
Mhm.
friends, and because maybe they're not, maybe they're still in university or they haven't got a degree or
Mhm.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
hard because we do outgrow people. It's just life. We outgrow people at different stages of your life. Some you outgrow, but I just hope it is because maybe, like you said, they're hanging out on the block or hanging out and just want to party and do different things, and you're more career grip driven. Then fair enough. If you're not at the stage of doing that, then yeah, all well and do. Just maybe distance yourself from them. But if it's a case where you know they're doing what they got to do because, or maybe they can't afford to go to university or whatever, don't. And if that is the case, do not cut them off. Do not think you're better than them, because they're the ones that had been with you all up until this point that you've left university, and they've still been your friends. Yeah, your friend. So think of the reasons truly why you want to cut them off, and then do it.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is when you're at a high point, don't forget the people who's been there with you, you know, because when you fall down, that's the same people that you may end up running to. So just don't, or you wish that you had still with you. So just think of what you're doing, and the true reasons why you want to cut them off. And
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to find out like a bit more information on that, I'll
Yeah.
say.
Because all she said is they're not career driven as she
Yeah,
is. Yeah, so
yeah,
that
yeah.
could be, yeah, that could be, yeah. So yeah, if it's the case of that, then yeah. I mean, obviously, as Ginette said, we outgrow people a lot. Because the people who you were friends with in primary school, maybe you had a clique, but only one person you're close with now,
Yeah,
you know. So we always outgrow people, not because we think we're better than them, or maybe we feel like we have a better job or whatever, but just that that person is not in the right path that you're in.
yeah,
Maybe not in the right path, but not the path that you took, you know.
yeah, that's
And then
right.
just go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I was saying that's right. You know, as we grow, our visions, our thoughts, our way of life changes, and it
Yeah.
constantly changes as well. So, I mean, you would not always share the same vision as a
Mm-hmm.
friend,
Mm-hmm.
um, but you could still ride that journey together. But if it's completely
Mm-hmm.
separate, then
Yeah.
it wouldn't work. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And all the best with that. And I hope that you analyze things, and if you know if it's definitely for the right reasons, then gradually do it rather than, you know, because you never know who is gonna be there for you when you need it.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. All right, next dilemma. I think my sister boyfriend is into me. On a number of occasions, I notice him looking at me for long periods of time. He will also make statements like, "You are so beautiful. I wish I saw you first. We should go out sometime." Sorry, I read that second one and I was like, okay, I can't hold it in. Anyways, let's continue. Every time he would say things like that, I would ignore him or shut it down. 2 weeks ago, my uncle got married, and of course, he was my sister's plus one. He asked me to dance, and I said, "Ask my sister." He said, um, he's she is not feeling well and went outside. I did not want to make things awkward because my family was around. We went to dance, and while dancing, he asked me why I didn't like him. I said, I did. He told me he has a crush on me and he don't know what to do about it. I told him it is okay to like other people, but he is with my sister and she should be the only person that matters. I sorry. I went on to tell him nothing will happen between us, and if he don't love my sister, he should leave her alone. Am I wrong to tell him that? Should I tell my sister about this? I feel really bad to cause this problem.
Okay. 100% yes, tell your sister about this. Like, come on, that's your sister. No man should come between. You shouldn't even be having this conversation. That's disrespect. This man is disrespecting your sister. Yeah, so you should 100% tell her and put him straight. Tell him to move. You know, tell him about himself, because no way, do not ever let him feel comfortable to come to you and tell you, oh, he's feeling you and he likes you and he's got a crush on you. How dare you? You're with my sister. So
Yeah.
you disrespecting her, you're disrespecting me too, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you should just tell her, and so she could just leave this guy. I'm sure we had something like this before. Another these guys, what's going on with them? Oh my God. And they're so brazen and have the cheek to be like, yes, I'm feeling you, but you're with my sister. How dare you?
Oh,
Crazy.
oh
Yeah.
well. I don't know what he expects to get out of that. Like, you think she would just fall
You
into
hardly
your
haven't even told her
arms?
anything.
Ah, oh my gosh.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What do you think? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, of course, come on with me together. And then your sister's there watching. Come on. That's crazy.
Mm, mm, mm. These guys. Wait, I don't know. And why would you make this statement that you wish you met her first? Like
Yeah. Come on. How dare you?
the ick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Oh my
right.
gosh, these guys. I
Okay.
would say it. Yes, tell her because first of all, if your girlfriend is not feeling well and she's outside getting breeze or whatever, you should be out there with her, not in there trying to get the sister to dance and
Exactly.
have her feeling awkward and you know, and then still have the audacity to tell her you have a crush on her. You think she didn't pick up these signs already? She did.
Exactly. Oh, these guys, I swear some of these guys, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them are crazy, you
They're
know.
not using the cabeza. But yeah, tell your sister. So as we said, we're not advising people to, you know, well, telling people to end their relationship, but these are not people to be with, you know, these are
Yeah.
definitely not people to be with. So tell her, let her know what has been going on. And it's up to her to continue with this relationship or not, but at least you told her and let her know, because it seems as if you've been gathering all these evidence and things that have been
Yeah.
happening. So let her know. And yeah, and I hope she see it and just kick him to the curb.
It's crazy. So do we have time for another dilemma?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so I've got my last one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm cheating on my boyfriend of 10 years and I feel this, and I'm cheating on my boyfriend of 10 years and I'm just feeling this other guy. He is a bad guy, I must admit, but I'm so attracted to his lifestyle and he excites me every time. My boyfriend's a good guy. He does have a little thug in him as well, but nothing like this other guy. I want to leave my boyfriend for him. Should I go after my heart to get with this new guy?
I have to pick up my jaw.
Let me put your jaw up.
Ay, ay, ay. Some kind of things these people have to deal with. I don't know how old you are, young lady. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But if this is what you want right now, there is nothing we can say to you that would change your mind. I know you're coming to us with this dilemma, and we appreciate you for it. However, if it seems as if your mind is already made up, and if that's what you want, baby girl, that's what you want. But just know that you're hurting somebody in the process. Okay,
Yeah.
it's okay if this person has not been treating you right, but it seems as if you want excitement in your life. So if that's what you want, just let the other guy down gently and then pursue your stuff. But just know the grass is not always greener on the other side. Please
Yeah.
know that there can be problems.
Yeah.
Please know, don't be too optimistic about things because he excites you. But just know if you go on with this individual that things can happen. So just know what you're doing and know the repercussions of your actions. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I would say, right, seriously, I would say, um, are you sure this other guy wants you like that? Because he may just like to, you know, seeing you, dating you from time to time. You don't know if he's got other girls as well that he's seeing, and you're going to mess up this relationship that you've got with this good guy for this guy that excites you, because he's a bit buggish. So you like bugs, basically, because you mentioned that your boyfriend has a little bug, but he's a good guy. I don't know why. I don't even know what to say. I, I think, yeah, you're young as well. Definitely, you're young. You're a young girl, and this is all exciting to you, his lifestyle and whatever. But please make the right choices. Please, please, please make the right choice and don't hurt this other guy. Um, I don't know. I would say to you, just stay with your boyfriend. To put it blunt, I would say stay with your boyfriend and try and get over this other guy, this thug. Um, I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I'm
Yeah.
really struggling to like make things a bit easier.
Exactly. Yeah, because we're trying to give advice based on the stage that we are at in life right
Yeah,
now.
that's why.
However, probably if this person is younger, they want to experience things. But when they experience things and then they grow from it, but we don't want her to hurt the person that she is with.
Yeah.
Just try to make things excited
And I
with
would like
your
to know,
partner.
sorry for cutting you, Donessa, but
Mhm.
sorry for cutting you, but she's been with her boyfriend for 10 years.
Oh, I missed that part. I forgot
Yeah,
that part.
so that's what I'm like, she sounds young, but you've been with your boyfriend for 10 years. So how old was you when you got with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Unless he was 14 and what, 14 and you're 24 now?
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
So maybe it seems as if they
And I
need to
don't even think
spark things
14,
out.
that's such a young age. But
Yeah,
that's how I just think, you know.
yeah. They maybe need to rekindle things, maybe make things excited again because probably when they got together, it was excitement, excitement. So I
Yeah.
think maybe they need to maybe work on that versus venturing out with somebody else because you don't know, probably he's doing that with other people. You don't know, and you're not guaranteed a relationship with him, so it probably will be short term. And then when he goes off, or you decide to call it quits, then you have to try to find somebody and
And and why would you want to be with a bad guy? Why do you want to be with a bad guy? Like she says, he's a bad guy. So why do you want to be with a bad guy?
so that's girls these days. That's what we want. Well, not we, I don't wanna, but that's what
Yeah.
they go for usually.
Bad
Bad
guy.
guys, the guys that
Bad
are
guys
rough
are no
around the
good.
edges.
Yeah, they're no good because he come with bad guy. He's got how many other girls as well?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. All right, so that's
yeah,
your dilemma, and I hope that you make the choice that I don't want to say that we want, but that is best for you,
yeah,
in the long run. Okay, girl. Yeah, Ginette. So before this cut off, thank you for tuning in today, and we
yes. Thank you,
appreciate each one
guys.
of you.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye. See you in the next.